We must do full honor to our government and the corporations who are protecting us from the bad people. So with that in mind, these are things you should never ever do. For example, you should never put paint over the lens of surveillance cameras, because then they can't protect us from the bad people. You should never shine a laser into the lens of a surveillance camera, because it may damage the optical sensor. You should never ever unscrew a surveillance camera from where it is mounted, because it might fall to the ground and break, and then it can't surveil and protect you from the bad people. Nor should you throw projectiles, such as rocks, at surveillance cameras, because it might crack the lens and then it can't surveil you. Do not put a dark protective covering over the solar panels that power surveillance devices to protect them from hail and storms, because it will shroud out the light and cause the battery to deplete, and then the surveillance device won't be able to work properly. You should not conceal your face in any way, shape, or form, nor should you change the way you walk, because how are these cameras supposed to protect you if they can't identify who you are and where you are at all times? You should not use any sort of contrasting paint on your face to create facial lines and dots that might confuse facial recognition technology, because how are they supposed to protect you if they can't know where you are at all times? You should not remove Alexa or Siri from your house, because how are they going to protect you if they can't surveil what you're talking about at all time? They need to know what's going on in your house in case there is danger. You should not, when you meet up with friends at social gatherings, insist that all cell phones be shut off and put into a Faraday bag. Because how is the state supposed to protect you if they can't surveil your conversations and take clandestine photos of what's going on? You should not take your new clothes that might have micro RFID tags on them and put them in the microwave for a few seconds, because that might damage the RFID tags. And how are the ruling powers supposed to protect you if they can't identify you by these unique numeric markers? How are the powers that be supposed to protect you from financial fraud if you do the bulk of your transactions with cash? They need to know who you're doing business with and what you're buying and selling in order to protect you. You know this. Do not in any way start growing a significant amount of your own food, because the food inspection regime won't be able to inspect your food to make sure it's safe for you to eat. Do not in any way learn to forage food from the wild, again, because you'd have no authority to tell you that it's safe to eat. How is the powers that be supposed to protect you against medical fraud if you are doing your own medicine? If you're finding herbs and plants and minerals that help you to stay healthy and cure disease. You can't have that. Don't do that. Do not in any way build a network of trusted people to engage in mutual trade with mutual credit without the use of cash or electronics. Because how's the state supposed to protect you against fraud by the people you've built trust with? Don't do that. Do not in any way patrol your own neighborhood to protect the community against acts of violence, and do not in any way de-escalate any potential trouble without the use of the police, because how are they supposed to protect you if you don't call them to protect you? Don't do that. If you have a dispute with your neighbor, don't talk about it or try to resolve it yourself, because how is the state supposed to protect you if you aren't running to the state to solve your problems? Do not in any way get together with other people in your town and just exchange news, ideas, needs, and wants in person. How is the state supposed to protect you if it can't surveil all these interactions? Don't do that. Do not in any way learn to repair your equipment. For how is the state supposed to protect you against consumer dangers if you aren't consuming things? Don't do that. Do not collect rainwater. How is the state supposed to protect you against contaminated water if you're collecting it yourself? Don't do that. Do not compost your food waste. Because how is the state supposed to ensure the quality of your fertilizer if you're making it yourself? Don't do that.